Hi, I usually do a self-care, self-love reading either on TikTok or on YouTube on a Sunday, but this week has felt incredibly busy and intense and crazy. And not just felt, it's been. Usually for me, I sense these energies and then I do readings, and it's not necessarily happening around me or to me, but there's just been a lot to do in the physical world, so I didn't get to this reading today. And it's nighttime, but I finally feel like I can channel this reading. So let's see, we have the Empress. Ooh, this is such a lovely energy to start off with. This is feminine energy, but it's not gender specific. This is all the queens being intellectual and smart, being grounded and abundant, being magnetic and attractive, being nurturing and kind and loving. This is being everything. She is all things. The Empress is usually also pregnant in traditional tarot or in most tarot decks, which represents being filled with life and the ability to birth something from non-existence into existence from the ethers. I'm going to read the message for this card in the book, but let's see what the other card is. We also have, let's see, this isn't a traditional deck, so I'm not always sure what the numbers are. This is the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords in reverse is like this is weird. The Seven of Swords can be about getting away with something, and sometimes it's like being a thief or deceptive, or sometimes it's just being strategic and exiting when it's time to exit, or knowing when it's time to leave, or handling things with care, right? But this in reverse is giving me the sense that this Empress is sitting on her throne, being the wonderful, glowing being that she is, completely centered and grounded in her power, but not needing to exert herself, force anything, manipulate anything. There's this almost no-nonsense energy, but it's still so loving, and I don't know what the word is. It's not toxic. It's not like resentful. Like I'm not taking any nonsense. I'm exiting. It's like I'm here, but this is who I am. This is what I represent. This is what I feel. This is what I do. I don't explain myself. I don't have to try and navigate things and avoid things. I don't have to try and resolve things, or I am not doing anything. I am being. This is such a lovely energy. Because these are so short, let's get what the message says in the book for this. The Empress is creative energy embodied. Think Mother Earth, endlessly producing and procreating. The card asks you to reconnect with your nurturing divine feminine archetype. And again, whether you are male or female, we all have masculine and feminine energies. To nurture your sensuality and celebrate your fierce capacity to love and to grow. The Empress makes things happen within and without. This is your moment to see your passions realized, to give and to receive equally. I think we're all learning how to create from our feminine energy and not only our masculine energy, or a balance of both. There's a self-care tip here that says, painting one's nails is a self-care cliche for a reason. It's free and it's an easy way to slow down and enjoy a simple feminine pleasure. And most of us go to get our nails done. Nowadays, we don't do our nails ourselves. But it's such a nice way to spend time with yourself and do something for yourself that's very feminine. And suddenly, and this has never occurred to me, I've noticed how a lot of men are painting their nails now. Men, regardless of their own sexuality, some are straight and some are not, and it's not a thing. It's a form of self-expression, of creating art with your body, of just being yourself. And there's definitely in the world right now this interplay between masculine and feminine energy. So as you do your nails, sit and meditate, let your mind flow. Don't think at all and just feel. Don't feel, don't think, just be. The affirmation here is be. By being receptive and generously giving of love, I unleash my inner goddess. And yeah, we've all been mastering how to be in what energy and when to be in what energy. When do I need to be assertive, and when do I need to take action, and when do I need to just sit and attract? And it's something that we grow into as you navigate purging and releasing things about yourself and the world that you no longer believe, things that you no longer are, that you've outgrown, ways of being and ways of thinking. We always try and make it such an active and very cognitive exercise when it's an energetic exercise, and sometimes you'll just find yourself being in a higher vibrational energy without having to effort into it, whereas in the beginning it might take intention and focus and effort. Let's read the Seven of Swords in reverse. Whether diverging from mainstream behavior, sneaking around in one way or another, or acting unethically, a reversed Seven of Swords says it's not working out. Maybe you or another person in question have gone too far. Maybe a negative reputation is being created, or maybe you'll get caught out for something you hoped you would remain private. You're likely out of alignment with your highest good, but you'll soon realize it, and this means that you'll have the chance to work on it. Ooh, this is such a tricky energy. I feel like we're all facing karma this year. It's an 8th year. And we all have good and bad karma. We all have that bad eating habit that you're trying to kick, and this year it comes to a head and it affects your life in some way, or ways in which you haven't honored yourself. But this can very likely be about someone else, and the relationships you have with others, even well-meaning relationships with people that actually love and care about you, but there have been certain aspects or dynamics in the relationship that is not well balanced or aligned or really good for either of you or for you. And I feel like we're going to have to face these things about ourselves. The affirmation here is, I cleverly find new pathways, jumping hurdles that don't support my growth. And the self-care tip is, indulge in your transgressive saboteur fantasies in a healthy way by snuggling up with a bunch of silly films about espionage or committing the perfect crime. Consider how you would have done it better. Then start planning. Just kidding. They're fantasies for a reason. We all have a dark side. We all have that devil on the shoulder, proverbial, an angel on the shoulder in our minds, in our hearts. We can all feel anger towards someone that might be unjust or not justified. We all have that feeling of, I just want to give up, or I just want to run away, or I just want to let out what I feel in a negative way. And we need to be able to own that feeling, validate it, and then release it in a creative, healthy way, so that it doesn't consume us on the inside or explode or bleed over onto someone else. So the Empress and the Seven of Swords in reverse, there's this duality of one being a goddess or a god, a sovereign divine being, and no longer being deceptive to yourself or others, or letting others be deceptive with you, and finding aligned, healthy ways of being and doing things differently. That's the self-care message. I don't know if it made any sense or if it resonated. Let me know.